Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Future Dimensions 360. In today's topic, we'll talk about routers. So let's begin. Let's discuss how routers they will work. Let's take an example from real world. So in this one, we will be explaining in detail the working of routers. Let's go. So let's say we have a restaurant. In the restaurant, we have like different type of tables available. A table available for two persons, for four persons, for eight person, and so on. And always like there is always one guy who's standing in the door of the restaurant. Whenever the customer is coming, he's deciding the table on the base of the request from the customer. So similarly, like whenever the request is coming from the browser towards the server, routers are behaving as a waiter. They are the one who's deciding that on which function the request will go and will execute which function from the code. So let's say like customer one came and customer one told to the waiter that I need a table for two persons. So what waiter will do? Waiter will pass them towards the table two, the table with two seating arrangement. Similarly, the customer two will come and the customer two is requesting that I need a table for four person. Waiter similarly, same in the same manners, he will pass the customers towards the table with sitting arrangement of four. And in the similar manner, if a customer came and asked for the table of seating arrangement eight, it will be passed on towards eight seating arrangement table. So similarly, routers they are working in the same manners. According to the path name, according to the request coming, they are deciding on the base of what they have to call which function. So this is the very basic example for that. So let's see what type of modules of routers we are going to deal with in this project or this tutorial series. We'll see like there is always a request URL. Request URL is this the one that the which URL the request is coming from, and then there are some sort of parameters with that request URL. Either they are in the get form or in the post form. So we will be having a detailed series for API routes type, API request types like get, post, delete, put. We'll be discussing all of them there in detail. So let's neglect it for the meantime. Let's focus on the router module. Let's see like this is a request URI. So HTTPS full colon slash slash localhost full colon 888 slash home. This is the request URL. And after the question mark, the channel equal to node.js, that's the parameter, get parameter. So channel is the name of the parameter and equal to node.js is the value. These are the pretty basic things that we are going to deal with in our upcoming tutorial series. So let's move ahead and try to implement this router practically and see how it will work. So for implementing the router module, we will be needing one more core module named as URL. So let's go ahead and import the core module named as URL. So require, we can say URL. URL is imported now. So this URL we will be using to identify the path name of the request. Where is the request? For sure, the request is here. In the onRequest function, we are taking it as a parameter. So let's go ahead and identify the path name. For the path name, we have to call one basic function for the core module URL named as parse, and we can pass request.pathname request.url, sorry, into that function. And after parsing the URL, we should call the path name, you can say variable from that object of the result object. So it will give us the path name. So let's check here request receive for. We will embed that or we will concat this result with our log and let's see if it is working fine or no. Let's go to our terminal and start node app.js, and you can see like the server is running. And if I go to my browser, I will try to say like localhost full colon 888 slash home. So let's see if the home is appearing in our log or no. Let's see. You can see guys here that the home is appearing. So this is the second request that I was talking about. Whenever there are two logs are coming into the terminal, I was telling you one is for the request URI and the other one is for favicon icon. So let's neglect it for the meantime and see like we had identified the path named as home with our base URL. So let's move ahead and start making a router, how we can make a dependency of router and how we can inject it into our server. So we'll create here a new file router.js. In that file, very basic, we can create a function and we will pass a parameter path name into it, and we can console.log that path name. We can say that request is received for, and we can concat the path name. Let's give the name to this function as router, and we can export this as a module. As we are using the dependencies in the form of modules, or we can say like our all coding techniques are on modular approach. So it's pretty basic example of dependency injection in the server. Let's go ahead and inject it into our app.js file. We can say let router equal to require, require, it require, and we will be needing router. Sorry, we will be needing router. Yeah, the router is imported, and we can say pass this dependency into our server, which is, and we should go to this function now. In this function, we have to receive this dependency router, and after this log, we will call this dependency router, and we can pass the path name into it. So request, we had identified the path name, and we will pass this path name towards our router dependency. So it will be the code will be executing here, and it will be logging the path name here. So later on here, what we can do is we can do stuff on the base of if else. We will see that how we can work with that as well. So we can do some stuff like it's home router, which function we have to call. It's about us page, which functions we have to call. On the base of that, we can do switch statement, if else, up to you. So let's see, let's go ahead and try this out. We can break the statement and rerun the application. We will go here, we will see like, okay, rerun that, and we receive the same thing. Request is received for home page, and this request is received for home page. This is coming from our router dependency. I'll go ahead and see request receive. I am from router dependency. I will write out I am from router dependency. Okay, so it will be pretty more clear. Let's close and rerun it. And you can see now, like I'll go and do request for Node.js. And let's see, like, see here, I am router dependency request received for Node.js. So I hope guys this is pretty much clear. That's it for today's tutorial. I think you guys like this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe and like our channel. We will be meeting in the next tutorial. Goodbye.